I've been trying to unplug for my sanity lately. This says unplug backwards, but um, yeah, I've been feeling kind of overwhelmed, um, like many people, I believe, and especially as a caregiver. And then I'm starting to see that sometimes we try to distract ourselves too much with social media. And that kind of gets overwhelming and keeps you addicted to, you know, more information, and you get in this loop. And that doom scrolling thing is real, you know. It's really not healthy. So I've been trying to unplug a little bit more lately, as this shirt says, from Life is Good Company. I know that they do like to have you promote their stuff, I believe, and it's one of my favorite companies for positive motivation. But anyway, so that's my little preface to this terrific Thursday broadcast, to do some mood boosting for all of us. I know I could use some. And it's here in New York. It's a beautiful day. It's a sunny, warm 70-degree Fahrenheit spring day. After we had a couple of huge snowstorms this winter, it's nice to see some sun and to get back out there. I know I've been slacking off on my daily walking, which is another thing that helps with mood boosting and staying more positive minded and hopeful instead of feeling down or depressed. So that movement outdoors really does help. It helps me, and I hope it's a good reminder to anybody out there who might have been used to staying inside on the couch watching TV or Netflix. Sometimes we have to push ourselves to go outside, get some movement, get some fresh air and sunlight. Anyway, I'm going to do the three cards, positive affirmation cards, to help give us some positive thoughts for a brighter, more hopeful, more optimistic mindset moving forward for today or tonight, whenever you happen to watch this. First, to have a drink. If you have a special cup of tea or a drink, join me and we'll share some inspiration and positive mindset mood boosting. A lot of times they say many of us might be dehydrated. We don't drink enough water, and that helps us with thinking. It helps our cells to absorb nutrients, is what I understand. So I feel okay. Thank you. How are you? Thank you, Alexander, for joining us. So we're going to do, let's see, three random positive affirmation card picks. Numbers 1, 2, and 3. I'm just sticking them on here randomly without looking. Hi, Brandy. Thanks for being here. 1, 2, and 3. And so we're going to pick three positive affirmation cards randomly, and see maybe what number kind of stands out to you today. And again, this is just for positivity and fun. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was saying, so my t-shirt today says unplug, which is a good reminder that sometimes, I know for me anyway, a little too much social media, and I know we're on social media here, but sometimes we get in this rabbit hole of reading more and more information, and some of it is kind of scary to us, or, you know, makes us nervous, and then we look for more supporting information, and I think for me, that's not good. So, hi, Aiselyn Bailey. Thank you for being here. So that's why sometimes you have to unplug, you know, like we used to do before the internet, if anybody here is old enough to remember that. We're sometimes what they call like overstimulated, you know, like, you know how when I was just thinking about that, I felt like that this week, and I wasn't really sleeping that well, watching too much social media, and the bright light supposedly at night makes you stay awake and not sleepy. You know that when a baby is overtired, and they say a baby's overtired, overstimulated, and they're cranky and they start crying. I feel like we get like that sometimes from social media, or that's how I felt, where it's like too much stimulation, and then you can't kind of quiet your mind and calm down and get back to yourself and rest. You got to sometimes unplug. Yes, thank you for the hearts. Hi, Alexander. Good to see you. So I think we're all kind of dealing with that. We have such an abundance, overload of information. Thank you for the hearts. And sometimes even the the fun stuff or whatever can keep us up at night. And we really do need sleep to rest, to reset. And supposedly that's when our bodies heal. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, and 3. And I will start with number 1. 1 says, okay, it turns out we had this one last week too. Probably still a great message. I choose to let go of fear. I choose to let go of fear. And it says, fear keeps you stuck in one place. Take one fear that you have and notice the power it has over you. Then see it for what it is, just a thought. Again, I choose to let go of fear. And it says, okay, and it says, fear keeps you stuck in one place. And that's true, right? It keeps us like in a loop of, obsessing and ruminating. It keeps you stuck in one place. Take one fear that you have and notice the power it has over you. Then see it for what it is. It's just a thought. A fear is just a thought. So if you could switch to a better feeling thought, or like Abraham Hicks would say, like kind of talk yourself up into a better focus on that thought. Like, okay, I'm afraid of this thing, whatever it is, but okay, that has not happened yet, and it might not happen. That they do a focus wheel activity where you write down in the middle of the sort of like a pie chart of like a 12 slices in a pie, and in the middle you put down let's see, you put down your fear, and then you kind of talk yourself up to a better thought on that fear or that negative belief. So you could say, okay, so I have this fear. Right now I'm okay. Things that you believe. And okay, and right now this fear is could be false evidence appearing real. That's something that I think Wayne Dyer used to say, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. It's just a thought, and I'm scaring myself with. And then you say, okay, well, I do believe that I believe that God is with me, and He can help me through this, whatever becomes of this. I do know that I've come through other challenges in the past, and if this does happen, I can get through this too. So you keep talking your way up on that thought till it feels better. So you could let go and consider fear as just a thought and talk yourself up on that. Okay, that's 1. Number 2 says, I have the courage and strength to work through any challenge. I have the courage and strength to work through any challenge. And I want to say again, this is from, I didn't say it yet, from the Happier Me card deck from Ariand, Happier Me affirmation cards. Okay, I have the courage and strength to walk through any challenge. It has someone walking on a tightrope between two hands. Challenges are blessings in disguise, and you will always find within yourself all the necessary resources to face them. Hang on one second. Okay. Let's see. You are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. You are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. And with God's help, ultimately, that's where we get our our power from, our co-creative power from. So you have the courage and strength to work through any challenge, and challenges are blessings in disguise. Usually, like Abe Hicks would say, it's the contrast. Contrast helps us to expand, to grow, to clarify what we do want, because when we have what we don't want, we're more sure of what we do want. So challenges are blessings in disguise, and you'll always find within yourself all the necessary resources to face them, I would say, with God's help. You are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Again, I would say with God's help, because we're co-creating in this life with God as really the power within us, that spark of God within us, that soul. That's where that power comes from. But our mindset is our mind is the human part. It's sort of like the gatekeeper of this human body that we have, that this soul is within. So we have to work with the human side, our mindset, because that's like that's the earthbound part that's kind of controlling how much faith and trust and blessing focus we have, so that God's power and blessings can better work in our lives, and that inspiration can come through and we can take inspired action. But it's our minds that are kind of the human gatekeeper of, well, should I do this or not? No, I don't want to do this, or I'm afraid, I'm doubtful, whatever, So we have to work with our mindset too, because we're souls having a human experience. Okay, so that's number 2. Okay, I'm only doing these numbers here. Okay, if anybody wants to choose a number between 1 and 31, which I usually do for a date, for a general month, days of a month is approximately 31 days. If anybody's here live and wants to pick a number between 1 and 31, I'll choose a specific card that's for you and anyone else who resonates with that message. Otherwise, we're just doing card 1, 2, and 3. I'm not psychic. I'm just into positive mindset, law of attraction. My foundation is I have a Christian Catholic foundation, but I like to talk spirituality with people from all walks of life. Okay, and I don't do anything with astrology. I see people talking about something about that below there. Okay, number 3. Number 3 says, everything that is happening now is happening for my ultimate good. Everything that is happening now is happening for your ultimate good. This is the picture of it. Okay, and it says, always, all right, everything's happening for your ultimate good always. You are always guided and supplied with whatever you need for your growth. That to me is that God and your soul are always going to be your ultimate resource, and ultimate positive, loving guide, where with God all things are possible. So you are always guided and supplied with whatever you need for your growth. We have to trust in that. Like, okay, if what's that? There's that phrase: if God's going to lead me to it, He will lead me through it. God can make a way where there is no way. These are different affirmations I've heard, whether it was from Joel Osteen or different spiritual speakers over the years. So things are, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks would say, things are always working out for you. No matter what is coming up, things are always working out for you, because whether it's a positive or negative, as we term in human terms, there's something within it that's going to clarify what you do want when you have what you don't want, or it's going to show you, oh, I'm interested in this thing, this positive thing, I'm going to follow that, and that leads me more toward the blessings I was hoping for, the positive manifestations, the goals I was hoping for. We're guided. God is really, and our soul is really the ultimate GPS. Hi, Brandy Norman. Thank you for being here. So that was number 3. If anybody who's here live wants to choose a number between 1 and 31, I'll just read that. now. Otherwise, since we have a few people now, I'll do 3 cards from Mindful Messages. Again, these are positive affirmation cards, just to set our mindset for the day or the evening, whenever you happen to watch this live or in the replay. Okay, so let's see. For one, I'm doing random, putting numbers randomly on these cards, and then we'll do. So see what you're thinking of. 1, 2, or 3. Oops. Okay, from Mindful Messages card deck. Mindful Messages. I'm sorry, it reads backwards. That's YouTube. Okay, 1, 2, or 3. Consider what stands out for you. And as I like to say, as the spiritual teacher Abraham Hicks says, any card or anything that's someone asks a question and you get an answer in a in a broadcast or whatever, if it resonates with you, even though you didn't ask it or you didn't pick the card or whatever, if it resonates with you in a positive way, chances are it's something meaningful for you to consider, something positive for you to consider. If it doesn't resonate with you or makes you feel bad, or just ignore it. Okay, you know, life is between you and God, not anybody on the internet, not anybody's messages. It's between you and God, in my opinion. Okay, here we go. Number one says, expressing love. Today I notice the things I appreciate about the people in my life. I take a moment to send them love and to wish them well. Send them love and blessings, light, my prayers, however we can positively influence this environment that lately seems chaotic or kind of negative. Send love, light, peace, prayers, goodwill, kindness to the world, right? My love is infinite, and it feels great to express it. When we're sharing love and positive words, positive thoughts, appreciation for anybody or anything, nature, the little dogs on the street, the kids, the other people in our lives. I really like that person always shows up for me when I need them. I really love that person's sense of humor. That the other person is so nice. They held the door for me. I don't know them, but it's so nice. Express love and appreciation. That raises our vibration. When we raise our vibration and we raise our thoughts to thinking more appreciation or thankfulness for God's blessings or for the people and things in our lives, then our mood lifts. A lot of times we don't even have access to good thoughts because we're just thinking about problems and taxes, tax preparation. Can you tell this is being filmed during tax season? That's part of why I was exhausted the other day, worried about taxes and or health insurance renewals. If this is the same time, those that kind of stuff. And yet during those times you can think of, what do I appreciate today? Oh, the sun is so nice and shining bright. That person held the door for me. Someone sent me a kind email. My friend reached out. I had a nice conversation with my a best friend last night. Express love and appreciation in life, and your mood will rise. Yes. Okay. Number 2, and we got one more, and then we'll wrap it up. Projecting. It's a picture of someone projecting a heart, love from their mind, rather than reacting and projecting. Okay, well, this is all right. The picture is thinking from love, but this is about projecting. What are we projecting? Are we projecting our negative perspectives on people, our negative limiting beliefs? Are we looking through life? Are we looking at life instead of through rose-colored glasses, through gray-colored glasses? Because, everything stinks. Now look at this. Instead of seeing the sun out, I could think, yeah, sure, it's sunny, but it's cold. Where was the sun yesterday? We have to project looking through, rosier perspective. rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others. And that's the other thing. We could say, yeah, see this one, that son of a blank, instead of, you know what, that person has God within them, and God's not done with them yet, just like they're not done with me yet. We're humans, kind of learning, trying to get better and deal with life. Um, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. That's a tricky one, right? No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. Abraham Hicks teaches that. I know some other spiritual teachers say that too. Ultimately, we're responsible for the emotions we feel. Doesn't mean that someone does something that really is a negative thing, that, like Abraham Hicks says, we don't say that you should love, chewing on broken glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, something is negative, you're not supposed to have to love it, but we have the power to figure out, to decide how long am I going to make myself suffer over thinking about that thing, or how often, how long am I going to feel angry about that thing, instead of trying to shift my mood or get some therapy or meditate and pray and get out of that mood. We have that power to regulate our emotions. The kid says, and always remember, if you make people happy, then God will have a gift for you. That's very nice. That's very nice. Well, I do believe that we have to love others, help them to be happy, but we also have to help ourselves to be happy and do self-care, because a lot of us have been just helping others, only helping others, and then we get drained, and then we feel resentful, or you could get sick. So we have to do that in balance. But yes, thank you for the compliment and the comment. Okay, so I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how I respond. And hopefully we can respond in more loving ways, or somewhat understanding ways. If it's something that's a very toxic situation and relationship, you're not supposed to make yourself a doormat either, and get yourself help, get yourself, you are worthy, and but ultimately this is about remembering that you are in charge of your emotions, and it's really not people and circumstances that have the last say about how you feel. But we have the power, with God's help, to respond better, and or maybe that relationship, that circumstance is something that we need to kind of get away from, or distance from, and you surround ourselves in a more positive situation. That's just my opinion. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so that was 2. Last one, 3. The present. This is a great reminder, I think, for all of us about being in the present, because sometimes we're really so we're either concerned about what happened to us or in the past, or again, this is unplug. We're unplugging a little bit from social media is the theme today, even though we're on social media, because sometimes it gets us too in our heads, thinking about the past or the future, as do our anxieties and fears. It gets us thinking about the future too much or the past too much. And this card is about being in the present more, right? Mindfulness is right now. Hopefully whoever's watching this, and myself, we're all okay overall. We're in the present right now. If things are okay, sometimes we need to spend some time in the present, instead of just, we're here in the present thinking about, oh, what happened yesterday or years ago, whatever, or what's going to happen, and this and that, and they say this on the news, and they say that on the news, and what's going to be. God's with us, and here we are in the present. We're okay. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step. This is someone walking up the steps, one at a time, one step at a time. Just take everything in life, including if you have some challenge, one step at a time. Thank you for the hearts. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition. Your intuition is connected to your guidance, your soul guidance, your God connection, I would say. Right? Joyfully, I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition. I would say your guidance from your soul and God, comma, joyfully overcoming, excuse me, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. Life has its challenges, its contrasts during a day. You know, there are bumps on the road. Any path is not just perfectly smooth in this earth school, as they say. Joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. You just go along your day. There are bumps along the way. You know, maybe you're looking for a bus and you missed the bus, or you wanted to get something at the grocery store and they're out of it. So there are bumps along the way, but you joyfully overcome them. You just say, okay, well, what's next? What could I do next? That's not working. What's my next choice? Okay, God, what do I do in place of that? And, you know, see what guidance comes. Or just follow your joy as much as possible during the day. What feels like it would be pleasant, your positive like intuition guidance. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future, because really the future is in God's hands, and so are you. Okay, I will leave it with that. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. And we're here every Thursday. We meaning me, you, and God. So thanks for being here. I'm a little slow on my videos this week because, like I said, I've been a little bit overwhelmed. Tax season, etc. It's probably for a lot of people. And hopefully I will see you next Thursday, and we'll have more events and videos coming up. Thanks so much. There will be a replay once YouTube puts it up and it processes. Have a great day. Have a great week. Love, light, and go out and have some fun today. Okay, God bless. Bye-bye.